Dear chosen ones, let's take this moment to pause, to truly listen as we delve into a message crafted for those seeking deeper truths. This isn't for the masses. It's a beacon meant for those whose hearts are set on a higher calling. If this message resonates with you, trust that you're aligned with a greater path, a path that has been waiting for you all along. You're entering a profound shift, a transition from chasing to attracting. Here's what you need to know as you step into this transformation. You're unlocking your true power, moving beyond the need to pursue opportunities or seek validation, and instead opening yourself to the right people, experiences, and blessings that flow to you naturally, effortlessly. This isn't merely a moment of quiet reflection, it's a pivotal shift in your journey as a chosen one. This change signifies not only growth, but an alignment with your highest purpose. Have you noticed how chasing after what you desire often feels draining? And yet, when you simply allow, the right things appear at the right time. Why is that? It's because you're beginning to harmonize with the divine flow of attraction, welcoming abundance without force. So, what will this transition truly mean for you? How will shifting from chasing to attracting impact every area of your life? And why is this transformation so vital to your spiritual growth? As we move forward, we'll dive into each of these questions, uncovering the deeper significance of this journey and what it holds for your soul's path. Prepare to explore how this powerful shift touches your relationships, your purpose, and your calling as a chosen one. By the end, you'll understand why this transition is not only essential, but divinely orchestrated just for you. God's chosen ones, you're transitioning from chasing to attracting. Here's what you need to know. Chosen one, if you've been guided to this channel, know that it's no accident. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and become an official member of the Grateful to God family. Comment 999 below as a declaration that you're open to receiving the divine wisdom meant to guide and uplift you on your sacred journey. You've always sensed that your path is different, marked by a unique purpose, a divine calling that gently but persistently pulls you forward. Yet, you know this journey isn't always easy. There are moments when you may feel you must strive, push, or chase after the things you desire. This sense of needing to chase often comes from a deep-rooted belief that if you don't pursue something relentlessly, it might slip through your fingers. But here's where an incredible shift begins. As you continue to step deeper into your sacred path, you're moving beyond the need to chase. You're evolving into someone who attracts. This transition is not only a change in your outward approach, but a profound transformation happening within your soul. You are experiencing a divine realignment, where you realize that your purpose is not something you must endlessly pursue. Instead, it will naturally align with you as you grow closer to God and your authentic self. This journey from chasing to attracting is both liberating and challenging. Why? Because it calls for a level of trust that goes beyond what the world may teach. It requires a willingness to trust yourself, to believe deeply in your journey, and above all, to surrender to God's perfect timing. Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." In this season, you're being invited to replace striving with trusting, to let go of control and open yourself to receive what God has already planned for you. Have you felt this shift? Are you noticing that when you focus on aligning with God, blessings begin to flow to you naturally? As you progress, reflect on this. What does it mean to attract rather than chase? How does this affect the way you see your desires and your path? This journey is about more than acquiring what you seek. It's about the realization that your purpose has been seeking you all along. Embrace this shift as a sign of growth and alignment with your higher calling. A reminder that your role as a chosen one means walking a path shaped by faith, grace, and divine timing. The spiritual theme here is one of surrender, a core principle for those on the path of the chosen ones. For you, surrender does not imply giving up or stepping aside. Rather, it's a conscious release of control, letting go of the need to manipulate outcomes or force situations into existence. The emotional challenge you may be facing right now is learning to let go of the instinct to chase, allowing yourself instead to lean fully into faith. Faith that the right opportunities will flow into your life when the timing is right. Faith that what is meant for you cannot be lost. Faith that God's guidance is leading you precisely where you need to be, even when uncertainty clouds your path. This practice of surrender is no small task. It's a vital piece of your spiritual growth. There may be times when you feel frustrated or question why the things you desire seem delayed, or why others appear to receive what they want more quickly. In these moments, it's natural to fall back into old habits of chasing, wanting to take control and force the outcome you envision. Yet remember this: God's timing is flawless. What you are waiting for is not solely about your readiness. It's about the alignment of everything around you, the orchestration of divine timing. The perfect opportunity, person, or situation is also in a process of becoming, evolving, so that it aligns with you at the right moment as you progress on your spiritual path. This transition calls for both patience and alignment. Patience because the unfolding of divine plans rarely adheres to human schedules, and alignment because the more you embrace your true self, the more you naturally attract what is meant for you. This shift isn't only about material fulfillment, it's about drawing in peace, purpose, and deeper, more meaningful connections. When you are aligned with your highest calling, you begin to emit an energy that magnetizes the right people, opportunities, and experiences toward you. This is the essence of attraction, an effortless flow where what is meant for you comes forward without force. Consider the words of Psalm 37:7, which remind us, "Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways." This journey asks for trust, inviting you to trust in God's timing, to find comfort in the wait, and to allow your spirit to rest in the knowledge that what is truly yours will find its way to you. Have you noticed this shift in your own life? Are there moments when you feel pulled to act, yet know that waiting will yield a greater reward? Reflect on this. How might your journey change if you allowed things to unfold naturally? What if you surrendered to this flow, trusting that each delay, each moment of stillness, is part of a larger divine plan? This shift from chasing to attracting invites you into a new dimension of fulfillment, one where peace, joy, and purpose meet you as you walk in alignment with your higher calling. This is the magic of attraction in its purest form, a place where you rest in faith, knowing that what belongs to you will arrive, not through force, but through divine grace. There's a deeply emotional element to this journey, one that calls for trust and vulnerability. It can feel incredibly vulnerable to stop chasing, to release the need to strive constantly, and instead wait with open hands for what God has planned. There's an innate fear of the unknown, a natural hesitation around whether things will truly work out if you're not actively in pursuit. Yet, as a chosen one, an essential part of your spiritual growth is learning to sit with this discomfort. It's about finding peace in stillness, even when the full picture remains hidden. It's about trusting that God is tirelessly working behind the scenes, orchestrating everything for your good, even when you feel like nothing is happening. This transition won't come without moments of doubt. At times you may question yourself, wondering, am I doing enough? Should I be doing more? These questions are normal. We're often conditioned to think that success is earned through relentless effort. But as a chosen one, your strength doesn't stem from endless action. It arises from who you are and your connection to the divine. Your true power comes from trusting in God's plan and walking confidently in the knowledge that what is meant for you will arrive not by force, but through divine alignment. Consider the words in Isaiah 40:31, "But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." This journey calls you to pause and trust, to lean into the unknown with faith, believing that what is for you will come without striving, through divine timing. What does it mean to wait on the Lord? How might your life transform if you truly embraced this pause, allowing God to lead the way? This process of attracting rather than chasing is not passive. It's an active journey, requiring commitment to personal growth and alignment with your higher self. As you walk this path, it's crucial to remain open to God's guidance, listening for the subtle ways He may be leading you forward. Attracting rather than chasing involves ongoing inner work, healing from past wounds, releasing limiting beliefs, and stepping fully into the person God created you to be. It's about aligning your heart with His will and trusting that as you live in this alignment, the right opportunities, relationships, and blessings will flow into your life naturally, without strain. So, as you make this shift, ask yourself, what would it look like to live from a place of attraction rather than pursuit? How might your journey change if you allowed yourself to rest, trusting that what is meant for you will come in its own perfect time? Embrace this season as a beautiful invitation to go deeper within, to become more attuned to God's guidance, and to let go of any fears around waiting. When you surrender to God's plan, what's meant for you arrives, not through force, but through grace, perfectly aligned with your highest good. Yet, this journey is not without its challenges. As you transition into this new state of attracting, you may notice that certain people, things, or even familiar routines begin to drift away. This can feel disheartening, perhaps even confusing, but know that it's a necessary part of the process. You are being prepared for greater things, and sometimes that requires making space for the new by releasing the old. Trust that whatever exits your life is not a loss, but a step forward. This is God's way of refining you, of ensuring that when you step into the blessings He has prepared, you will be fully ready to receive them. This part of your path is sacred. It's a process of becoming, of stepping into the fullness of your divine purpose. You are not here to chase after what is fleeting or temporary. You are here to attract what is lasting, aligned with your soul's deepest desires and perfectly ordained by God. When you find yourself wondering why certain things are falling away, remember that God is at work, reshaping your life, so that what is truly meant for you has the space to arrive. John 15:2 reminds us, "Every branch that bears fruit, He prunes that it may bear more fruit." This pruning process, though it may feel uncomfortable, is part of God's greater plan to allow you to grow and bear the most beautiful, lasting fruit. Have you felt this shift? Do you sense that some things no longer resonate as they once did? Embrace this season as a divine refinement, where God prepares you to receive only what aligns with your highest purpose. As you continue walking this path, know that everything about this journey is intentional. It's about evolving spiritually, stepping fully into the role God has set for you. In this sacred transition, you are not only moving from one way of being to another, but embracing a deeper purpose, one that calls for trust, patience, and inner transformation. What would it look like to trust that everything you are seeking is also seeking you? How might your perspective shift if you saw these changes as preparation for greater blessings? Take time to pause and reflect on the deeper layers of this journey. This shift from chasing to attracting isn't solely about outward change. It's about a divine refinement happening within. Moving into this state of attracting means releasing not just external pursuits, but also internal beliefs and patterns that no longer serve you. This is where the real transformation begins, within your heart and spirit. As you release what is no longer aligned, you make room for what resonates deeply with your soul, for what God has intended for you all along. Remember, the journey to attract is not about passivity. It's about embracing a purposeful, patient, and receptive heart. When you trust God's timing, you allow yourself to welcome blessings not by force, but by grace, knowing that His plan is perfect. Often we find ourselves drawn to the visible signs of our spiritual journey, the people who cross our path, the opportunities that arise, and even the challenges that come our way. These external events are significant, yet this profound shift invites you to go deeper, calling you to return to your heart and soul. God is asking you to examine the places within where striving still exists, where actions may be driven by fear, insecurity, or a lingering need for validation. These are the areas where healing awaits, where trust in the divine is still blossoming and taking root. Reflect on this. Have you noticed that some things you once chased were rooted in the desire to prove yourself? Maybe it was about showing the world, or even yourself, that you are worthy, capable, or successful. Yet God already knows your worth. This transition is a call to see yourself through divine eyes, to recognize that you are inherently valued and loved. As you begin to trust in your God-given worth and purpose, the need to chase naturally fades. Instead, you step into a place of peace and surrender, a place where striving is replaced by trust. Psalm 46:10 reminds us, "Be still and know that I am God." In this stillness, there is something deeply liberating about no longer feeling the need to control everything. When you surrender control to God, you open up space for His miracles to unfold in your life in ways you may never have imagined. This shift is not a call to do less. Rather, it's about doing things differently, with greater intentionality, presence, and alignment with your higher self. You may find yourself wondering, what would happen if I trusted God's timing fully? How would my life change if I released my need to control outcomes? This is where the concept of divine timing becomes crucial. As you move along this path, you'll come to realize that not everything arrives when you expect it. Instead, it comes when it's perfectly aligned with God's plan. Embracing divine timing requires a level of spiritual maturity, a willingness to find peace in life's unfolding, even when it doesn't match the timeline you imagined. This time of transition is also a period of sacred preparation. When you stop chasing, the space that opens up in your life is not empty. It's a holy ground where God is at work, often in ways unseen. In this space, quiet growth is occurring beneath the surface, refining your character, deepening your faith, and aligning you more closely with God's will. This period of stillness is a sanctuary of transformation, a space where the foundation of your future is being laid. You may not immediately see the fruits of this work, but trust that it is happening. Just as a seed grows silently underground before breaking through the soil, your journey of preparation is filled with unseen miracles. 2 Corinthians 4:18 tells us, "So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal." As you navigate this season, embrace the beauty of waiting, knowing that each moment of stillness, each pause, is a part of the divine preparation for what lies ahead. God's timing is flawless, and every bit of growth, every subtle transformation is guiding you toward the life He has prepared for you. Allow yourself to be present, to breathe deeply in the assurance that His plan is unfolding perfectly, and that all things meant for you will come in their own sacred time. There's a spiritual truth that often goes unspoken. the greatest challenges often come before the greatest breakthroughs. In this transition from chasing to attracting, you might experience moments of doubt where you question if you're truly on the right path. You might feel the discomfort of waiting, of not knowing exactly how things will unfold. But this discomfort is part of your preparation. It is in these moments that God is shaping you, teaching you to lean on Him more fully, to trust in the process even when you can't see the end result. In this process, you are also being taught to recognize the difference between what is truly aligned with your spirit and what is simply a distraction. Chasing, at its core, often comes from a place of distraction, trying to fill a void, avoid discomfort, or meet expectations that were never truly yours. But now, as you embrace the art of attracting, you are learning to discern what is meant for you and what is not. This discernment is one of the most powerful gifts you can cultivate on your spiritual journey. It allows you to move through life with clarity, knowing that you don't have to grasp at everything that comes your way. You only need to open yourself to what God has prepared for you. This process is also teaching you about the power of intention. When you stop chasing, you begin to act from a place of purpose rather than fear. Every action you take, every decision you make, becomes aligned with your higher purpose. This is not about abandoning ambition or desires. It's about approaching them from a place of trust and alignment rather than desperation. God honors your desires, but He asks that you pursue them with a heart rooted in faith, not fear. As you reflect on this transition, it's important to acknowledge the emotional growth that comes with it. Letting go of the chase requires you to confront your deepest fears. The fear of being left behind, the fear of not being enough, or the fear of missing out on opportunities. But these fears are illusions designed to keep you tied to a way of being that no longer serves you. As you release these fears, you make room for the truth of who you are. A chosen one, deeply loved and guided by God. Your journey is not about striving for things outside of yourself, but about becoming the person God has called you to be. When you step into this truth, everything you need will naturally be drawn to you. You no longer have to chase because your spirit becomes a magnet for what is divinely meant for you. This is the beauty of walking in alignment with God's plan. What is yours will never pass you by. And so, as you continue on this sacred path, allow yourself to lean into the mystery of it all. Trust that even when you cannot see the full picture, God is guiding your every step. He is preparing you for something greater than you can imagine, and all you need to do is remain open, patient, and faithful. This is the essence of attracting, being in a state of divine flow where you trust that everything is working for your good, even when you don't have all the answers. As you find yourself in this moment of transformation, there's a sense that something deeper is waiting to be uncovered. Perhaps you've already felt the stirring of change within you, a quiet yet insistent nudge from God, urging you to stop striving and start receiving. But there's still uncertainty. You might be wondering, what does this truly mean for me? How will I know when I have fully transitioned from chasing to attracting? These are the questions that linger, creating a sense of tension, as if you're standing on the edge of a revelation that has yet to fully materialize. It's only natural to have doubts. After all, we live in a world that constantly tells us we need to chase success, chase love, chase happiness. The idea of attracting, of simply being still and trusting that what is meant for you will come, feels both liberating and frightening. There's a part of you that may still cling to the old ways, to the habits of pursuit, because they've been ingrained in you for so long. This is where the tension builds. You know there's a new way to live, a more peaceful and aligned path. But what if it doesn't work? What if the things you desire don't come to you as promised? This is the uncertainty that many chosen ones face. The spiritual journey is not one of instant answers or easy resolutions. It's filled with moments of deep reflection, where you are asked to sit with the discomfort of not knowing. This discomfort is not a sign that you're off course. It's actually a sign that you are exactly where you need to be. God is asking you to lean into this uncertainty, to let go of the need to control, and to trust in the divine unfolding of your life. But trusting is easier said than done, isn't it? Perhaps you've already tried letting go, but found yourself slipping back into the habit of chasing. You've waited patiently for the things you desire to come into your life, yet they seem to remain just out of reach. This can create a feeling of frustration, even doubt. You might find yourself questioning whether you're truly aligned with your purpose, or if you've somehow missed a critical step in your journey. These thoughts can cloud your faith, leaving you feeling disconnected from the very path you're meant to walk. But here's the thing, God's timing is not your timing. This is one of the most challenging truths for the chosen ones to accept. In a world where everything is expected to happen quickly and on demand, the divine pace can feel agonizingly slow. Yet it's in these moments of waiting where your faith is tested and strengthened. Every delay, every pause, is a sacred opportunity to deepen your connection with God, to refine your understanding of what you truly desire, and to prepare yourself for the blessings on their way. You might wonder, though, how long this waiting period will last. How will you know when you've truly transitioned from chasing to attracting? This is where the tension builds, because the answer is not straightforward. There is no fixed timeline for spiritual growth. Each journey is unique, and God works differently in each of our lives. For some, the shift might happen quickly, as if the gates of heaven open and everything begins to fall into place. For others, it may be a slow and steady process, one that requires continual surrender and patience. Yet, even in this uncertainty, there are signs. Perhaps you've begun to notice small shifts in your life, moments where things seem to flow more easily, where opportunities arise without you having to push so hard. These are the first signs of your transition. They are glimpses of what is to come, small affirmations that you are moving in the right direction. But these signs can be subtle, and in your eagerness to see change, you might overlook them. God is always speaking, always guiding, but his voice is often quiet, asking you to listen more closely and to pay attention to the details. There's also the matter of trust, not only trust in God, but also in yourself. This journey is as much about learning to trust your own inner knowing as it is about trusting in the divine plan. You have been given intuition, a deep spiritual wisdom that is designed to guide you. Yet so often we doubt ourselves. We question whether we are truly hearing God's voice, or if it's just our own desires clouding our judgment. This is where many chosen ones find themselves stuck, caught between faith and doubt, unsure of which voice to follow. But this tension is precisely what prepares you for the revelation that is to come. You are being stretched, your faith tested, so that when the breakthrough arrives, you will be ready to receive it fully. You might not have all the answers right now, and that's okay. The questions you carry are part of the process. They keep you searching, keep you seeking, and ultimately keep you open to receiving the divine wisdom that is on its way. So what's next? What is the revelation that you're being prepared to receive? There's a feeling that something important is about to be revealed, something that will tie all of these experiences together and bring clarity to your journey. But, as with all things spiritual, it cannot be rushed. You are being asked to remain in this place of anticipation, to sit with the tension a little longer, because it is in this tension that the greatest insights are born. This journey is not about reaching a destination, but about becoming. And right now, you are in the process of becoming more aligned with your true self, more connected to God, and more attuned to the flow of divine timing. The things you are waiting for are already on their way. The shift from chasing to attracting is already happening, even if you can't fully see it yet. And soon, very soon, you will understand why this period of waiting and uncertainty was so necessary. You are being prepared for something greater than you can imagine. But before that revelation comes, you must first be willing to embrace the unknown, to sit in the stillness, and to trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. This is the moment of anticipation, the quiet before the breakthrough, and it's in this space that the real transformation begins. You've been through moments of deep reflection and inner transformation, and now you stand on the threshold of a profound revelation. Throughout this journey, we've explored the shift from chasing to attracting, how it challenges your old patterns of thinking, and how it asks you to step into a place of surrender and trust. This shift is not just about letting go of external pursuits, but about realigning with your true self and God's purpose for your life. Every struggle, every moment of doubt has been leading you to this point, preparing you for the breakthrough that is now within reach. You may have felt the tension building throughout your journey, the frustration of waiting, the discomfort of uncertainty, and the quiet moments where you questioned whether you were truly on the right path. But all of these experiences were necessary. They were shaping you, refining you, and bringing you into closer alignment with God's plan. And now, as we arrive at this moment, the answers you've been seeking are ready to be revealed. The key to this entire process, the shift from chasing to attracting, lies in one powerful truth. You are already enough. This is the revelation that changes everything. You are not chasing because you are lacking. You are not striving because you are incomplete. You are enough as you are right now, in this moment. And when you begin to truly believe this, everything in your life will begin to shift. The reason we chase after things, whether it's success, love, or happiness, is because we believe that we need those things to feel whole. We think that if we just achieve one more goal or reach one more milestone, we will finally be fulfilled. But this is an illusion. The truth is that you're already whole, and nothing external can add to or take away from that. This is what it means to attract rather than chase. Attraction is not about getting more. It's about realizing that you already have everything you need within you. God has created you in His image, and He has placed within you all the gifts, talents, and wisdom that you need to fulfill your purpose. When you stop chasing and start attracting, you're simply allowing the fullness of who you are to shine through. You're no longer looking for validation from the outside world, because you know that your worth comes from God alone. This is the profound shift that changes everything. When you operate from this place of knowing that you are enough, knowing that you are worthy, knowing that God has a plan for your life, you begin to attract what is meant for you. It's not about doing more, striving harder, or trying to prove yourself. It's about standing in your power, standing in your truth, and allowing the blessings that God has for you to flow into your life naturally. This is where the power of faith comes in. Faith is not just about believing that God will provide. It's about knowing that He already has. It's about trusting that everything you need is already on its way, and that you don't need to chase after it. You simply need to be open to receiving it. This is what it means to live in alignment with God's will. It's not about forcing things to happen, but about allowing them to happen in God's perfect timing. But this shift requires a deep level of trust. Trust in God, trust in yourself, and trust in the process. It requires you to let go of the need for control, to release the fear that you won't be enough, and to step into a place of surrender. Surrender is not about giving up, it's about giving over your fears, your doubts, and your need to chase to the one who already knows the plans He has for you. This moment right here is your invitation to step fully into this new way of being. It's your invitation to stop chasing and start attracting, to stop striving and start trusting, to stop doubting and start believing in the fullness of who you are. You have everything you need within you. God has already placed it there. And as you begin to walk in this truth, you will see the things you've been longing for start to manifest in your life. Not because you chased them, but because you became the person who was ready to receive them. This is the breakthrough moment. This is the shift you've been waiting for. All the questions, all the doubts, all the struggles, they've been leading you to this point. You are no longer the person who needs to chase after your dreams. You are the person who attracts them, who draws them to you through your alignment with God's purpose. And as you move forward, remember this: what is meant for you will always find you. You don't need to chase it. You only need to become the person who is ready to receive it. Trust in this process. Trust in yourself. And most importantly, trust in God. The best is yet to come. As you stand on the threshold of this new chapter in your spiritual journey, you are being called to step fully into the divine flow of attraction. The transition from chasing to attracting is not just a temporary shift, but a profound and ongoing transformation in how you live your life. It's a journey that will require your continued faith, trust, and surrender to God's will. But as you've already experienced, this path brings with it immense spiritual growth, deeper alignment with your purpose, and a sense of peace that comes from knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. Moving forward, it's important to recognize that this journey isn't about arriving at a final destination. Rather, it's about continually refining your ability to live in alignment with God's plan for your life. As you walk this path, you'll face new challenges and opportunities that will test your faith and your commitment to attracting rather than chasing. But with each challenge, you will also be given the opportunity to deepen your understanding of who you are and what God has in store for you. One key insight to carry with you is that attracting doesn't mean you become passive or inactive. On the contrary, it requires you to be more intentional in how you move through the world. You are no longer operating from a place of lack or fear, but from a place of abundance and faith. This means that every action you take, every decision you make, should be rooted in the knowledge that you are already enough, and that what is meant for you will come to you in God's perfect timing. But this doesn't mean you sit idly by, waiting for things to happen. Attracting is an active state, one that requires you to show up as your most authentic self, to stay open to the guidance God provides, and to be willing to take inspired action when the time is right. It's about living in a state of receptivity, where you are attuned to the subtle nudges from the divine and ready to respond when opportunities arise. As you continue on this path, cultivating this state of receptivity will be one of your greatest spiritual practices. A key part of this receptivity is learning to trust in the signs and synchronicities that appear in your life. When you're in alignment with your higher purpose, the universe will begin to mirror that alignment back to you in the form of opportunities, connections, and experiences that resonate with your soul. These moments may seem small at first, but they are the breadcrumbs that lead you toward your divine destiny. As you move forward, practice staying open to these signs and trust that they are guiding you toward exactly what you need, even if it doesn't always make sense in the moment. Another crucial aspect of the path ahead is learning to embrace patience. Attraction operates on divine timing, not human timing. There will be moments when you feel like things are moving too slowly, or when you wonder if you're doing something wrong because the things you desire haven't yet manifested. But remember, God's timing is always perfect. The period of waiting is not wasted time. It is sacred preparation. It is during these times of waiting that you are being molded into the person who is ready to receive the blessings that are on their way. In those moments of waiting, reflect on what God might be asking you to learn or develop. Often, there is inner work that needs to be done before you can fully step into the next phase of your journey. This might involve healing old wounds, letting go of limiting beliefs, or cultivating new skills that will be necessary for the opportunities that are coming. Trust that every moment of stillness, every pause, is part of the preparation for something greater. It's also important to understand that not everything you attract will be easy or without challenge. As you continue to align yourself with your purpose, you will attract not only blessings, but also opportunities for growth that may come disguised as obstacles. These challenges are not meant to deter you, but to strengthen you. They are God's way of refining you, ensuring that you are ready to carry the weight of your blessings when they arrive. So, as you move forward, don't shy away from the difficulties that may arise. Instead, embrace them as opportunities to deepen your faith, sharpen your character, and become even more aligned with the person God has called you to be. Along this path, you will also need to remain mindful of the energy you are putting out into the world. Attracting is not just about what you want to receive. It's about the vibration you are emitting. The energy you carry, whether it's one of love, gratitude, faith, or fear, will determine what you attract into your life. This is why it's so important to stay grounded in your connection to God. When you are aligned with His will, the energy you emit will naturally be one of peace, confidence, and love. This is the energy that will attract the right opportunities and relationships into your life. In practical terms, this means maintaining a daily practice of spiritual alignment. Whether it's through prayer, meditation, or simply spending time in nature, make it a priority to nurture your connection with God. The more attuned you are to His presence in your life, the more effortlessly you will attract the things that are meant for you. These practices will also help you stay centered in moments of doubt or fear, reminding you that you're not alone on this journey. As you continue to walk this path, you may also find that certain people or situations begin to fall away from your life. This is a natural part of the process. As you align more deeply with your divine purpose, anything that is not in alignment with that purpose will begin to dissolve. This can be painful at times, especially when it involves letting go of relationships or opportunities that once seemed important. But trust that this clearing is necessary to make space for what is truly meant for you. God is preparing you for something far greater than you can imagine, and sometimes that requires releasing the old to make room for the new. Moving forward, keep your heart open to the possibilities that are unfolding. The journey of attracting, rather than chasing, is one of continual growth and expansion. It's about stepping into your true power as a chosen one and trusting that God is guiding you every step of the way. As you embrace this path, you will find that life begins to flow with greater ease. You will no longer feel the need to force or control outcomes, because you will know that everything is happening according to God's plan. This doesn't mean that challenges won't arise or that doubts won't surface, but each time they do, you will be better equipped to handle them. You will know that even in the face of uncertainty, you are being held by a divine presence that is far greater than anything you could orchestrate on your own. You will walk with a sense of peace and confidence, knowing that what is meant for you will never miss you, and what is not meant for you will never stay. As you move forward in your journey, remember that the path of the chosen one is not always easy, but it is always blessed. You are being called to step into your highest potential, to live in alignment with God's will, and to trust that everything you need is already being prepared for you. So keep moving forward with faith, knowing that the best is yet to come. The shift from chasing to attracting is not just a momentary change. It is a lifelong journey of trust, surrender, and divine alignment. Embrace it fully and watch as your life unfolds in ways more beautiful than you could ever have imagined. Remember, this transition is a sacred part of your journey as a chosen one. You are stepping into a new way of being, one where you trust in God's perfect timing and rest in the assurance that what is meant for you will come when you align with His will. This isn't just a new approach to life, it's a spiritual awakening that brings peace, purpose, and fulfillment. Embrace this path with faith, knowing you are exactly where you need to be. If this message resonated with you, be sure to like, subscribe, and become part of our growing community of chosen ones. Share this message with those who may need to hear it, and let's walk this sacred journey together. By subscribing, you'll ensure you never miss out on the divine wisdom and insights that guide you along your path. Together, let's continue building this community of faith, trust, and spiritual growth, uplifting one another as we step fully into our divine purpose. Remember, chosen one, this is just the beginning of a beautiful journey. We are walking together towards something greater, something divinely orchestrated. Subscribe, share, and invite others to join the Grateful to God family as we continue growing in wisdom and grace. Thank you for being here, for your support, and for choosing to walk this path with us. May God bless you abundantly on this journey, filling your life with peace, purpose, and unwavering joy.